Hi there, this is Lady Casha. I hope everybody's doing good. I am here with a reading of the energies and a message for the week beginning Sunday, November 13, 2022. And I suggest you center yourself in your soul's energy before you listen and ask your higher mind to be made aware of how to make use of it. As the week begins, there can be some confusion and lack of clarity. It can be emotional, but it can also be mental. It may be difficult to see clearly, especially about the different options that are there, to discern what is the better and the lesser good. You cannot force it, but what you can do is ask your higher mind to bring you insight and direction, and then be open and receptive for the answers coming to you. If it helps, write down the pros and cons of each option. Confusion in itself is not necessarily bad, though. It can be a sign of change when we are moving from one position to another. It can be an in-between stage that is unavoidable and ultimately leading to something new and better. We just have to be patient and trusting, and things will reveal itself. Do not go with something just to have some action happening. Wait until you get what truly resonates with you, that is in alignment with your soul and path. In the other end of this is a lot of creative energy waiting to be expressed, which can be especially useful for artists of all kinds. New ideas and visions will take form. Be of good cheer too, even if you do not have a complete grip on what's going on. Make sure to avoid giving in to pessimism and negativity because of it. You do not need to know what is going to happen in a week or a year. You only need to become aware of or take your next step. That is especially useful to live by if something is overwhelming, but it is optimal in all cases. An optimistic, trusting approach and attitude will pay off in whatever area or situation you feel you are challenged in. You all know the importance of that, but even when we do, we sometimes get a bit lax and need to make a renewed effort. Disciplining the mind is not something you do once and for all, it's a daily need. Don't let the mind take you places you don't want to go. Now is an excellent time to put some extra work into using whatever means you have. Meditations, affirmations, visualizations, etc. Or some kind of technique, energy technique, like for instance, emotional freedom technique, EFT, or Bach flower remedies, to create a shift in the trajectory of how things are going if you need to. The outcome may very well be that you for a short time separate yourself a bit from what is going on around you in order to access your own self and strength better. You may take a few days off, spending them in nature or something similar. However this is going to look for you, any separation now is for you to become more clear and discerning and will benefit you. When you know better who you are and can better incorporate your intellect and emotions, your spiritual path will become much more clear, and you will be fiercely independent in that regard. We all have lived through a lot, and some have faced extreme pain and sorrow. But when on a dedicated spiritual path, all of that can be transformed and transmuted as we rise above it, sometimes gradually or in increments, not by engaging in some kind of a spiritual bypath, but by doing the actual work of healing the trauma and getting the ego out of the way, stepping into our essence and letting our soul permeate our days and life instead. Overall, the week is about, as already mentioned, having choices and becoming clear about them to a great degree. It's also about balance, about being present in the here and now and aware of your connection to your spiritual self and to all that is, which is ultimately the same thing. Be centered, grounded, and aligned in your soul's energy. That is always, always the way to be and go forward, the number one go-to. The rest will follow. We are in between cycles, as already hinted as well. So hang in there, not in despair, but in full faith. And that was the message for this week. Let me know how it goes. And if you want me to look at your personal energies, you're most welcome to reach out. I'd be happy to do that. You find my different services on my website, linked below. And now I wish you a wonderful, magical, mystical week. Peace and blessings to all.